welcome back to a new episode of Experience RC. If you're new to the channel, my name is Matt. So first off, a big thanks for stopping by. And if you do enjoy this upload, then maybe consider subscribing and hitting the bell for notifications. So just a quick video today on my initial thoughts on the Arrma Outcast and just how I feel with this truck so far. I've only been out with it twice, and if you guys have seen both the uploads that I've done, you have seen the experience that I've had with it so far. And hopefully I've captured that on camera. First off, let me start by saying it is an epic truck. It is absolutely awesome. Really happy with it. It's absolutely killer on 4S. I haven't got any 6S packs or twin 3S packs that I can run in it at the moment, but I've got to be honest, on 4S it's absolutely insane. It's an absolute monster. The tyres are fantastic. It grips like hell on grass, dirt, and any kind of off-road terrain I've had it on so far. Of course, to be expected, they're not the best on tarmac. However, it does make for a few fun burnouts and drifting it around. But they are absolutely brilliant, and it's nice to have a truck where you don't have to start changing the tyres out the box. So really happy with it. One thing that I don't really think many people touch on, however, is, okay, so this is advertised and pretty much it's designed to be a stunt truck. However, and of course there is some common sense applied with this, but you need to be a good driver with it to not smash it up. And I think because it's known as this very tough, strong, robust machine of an RC, I think it has this impression that it's unbreakable, and unfortunately it's far from it. On my last bash, I didn't notice when I got home, but I have cracked the wing mount on the back. Not a big problem at all. However, I am a bit disappointed because that is only on its second run out. And it's probably not a fair comparison on my behalf, but I am going to be comparing this to an X Maxx. The X Maxx is the king of bashers in my opinion. Yes, it's twice the price, so of course the quality should come with that, but whether or not it'd be a fair comparison or not, I don't know. But it's what I've spent my money on, so it's what I'm going to be comparing. I've been bashing my X Maxx for 2 years, and other than the gears blowing out, which have been upgraded, they've been fine. And apart from the motor going, which was because the cooling fans had failed, it's been absolutely fine. So I'm a little bit disappointed that on a 450, 500 pound truck, I have already cracked the wing bar on the back. You won't see it on camera because it's only a hairline crack throughout, but I can guarantee on the next run it's going to snap. The wing on these does act as a bumper, so of course that's a good design in itself. However, what I do find is a problem here is that where you've got the fins, it's quite gnarly when it rolls. So as you'll have seen in some of the slow motion footage, when this thing rolls or hits down back first, these literally dig into the ground and it rips the truck around. I think it's quite violent, so I'm going to be having a look into maybe how I can cut this up, or can it be replaced with something, or can I maybe put a metal bar across the back just to stop these just digging in the ground. I think probably the biggest perks with the X Maxx is the body's completely smooth, so when you do roll it, it pretty much just rolls and slides until it comes to an end, or even when it's rolling, nothing really grabs into the ground. What I've noticed with this, and of course it's driver error, so it's my fault. When it's rolling, it's because I've done something wrong, or I've hit something and I didn't see it was there. But when this rolls, I've got to be honest, to me it feels painful, and that's probably my biggest issue with it, and probably my only issue with it, is when my X Maxx is rolling at full speed on 8S. Okay, part of my stomach turns, and I'm just thinking, okay, it's usually okay because so much of it is plastic and it's really flexible. I don't think, if I'm honest, this is as flexible, and I just think that's an important factor for anybody to take into consideration with their type of bashing. If you're going to be tumbling it down hills lots or rolling it lots, not everybody's a perfect basher, not everybody's a perfect driver, not everybody lands every jump perfectly. It's just something to take into consideration. Now, don't get me wrong, the build quality is absolutely killer on this. It's amazing. I've got no issues with that. The shocks are superb. I have slightly tensioned up. On the rear, I did add some tension onto the shocks, just because I found I just needed something a bit tougher. And I've left the front as they are, and it's absolutely awesome. There are no issues with suspension whatsoever, and it's brilliant to see that it's just perfect out the box. That is great. Now, one of the first things I did out the box was had to reprogram the ESC. So I think it comes stock as setting 4 for the punch settings, which I just found it a bit weak. I want it ripping up on the back wheels when I'm pulling the throttle. I can control how much power is going through that ESC. I don't need the ESC doing it for me. So I turned the punch setting up all the way to 9, which is the highest setting. I then also increased the braking force from 37.5% to 50%, because as I found when I first took it out, when I first put a battery in it and I hit the brakes, it didn't really stop. Can only imagine that it's going to be different on 6S. So if you're running 6S, you probably don't want the brake at 50%. I'm not too sure. I'd imagine it's going to be inclined to roll quite quickly. But just take that into consideration if you are thinking of picking one of these trucks up, and if you do want to take it straight outside, you might want to revisit those things. All the settings, all the instructions are in the manual, which is absolutely brilliant. It's very clear, it's very step by step. The manual is also great in showing you how to rebuild certain parts of the truck. So, and to be fair, that's the best manual I've seen that's come with any of the trucks that I've brought. So that's nice to see. One thing I have had a problem with, however, is I don't think I can pick it up on camera. If we'll see through the wheel, I'm not sure if we can see that or not. But there is some hexes in there, and they keep the pivot balls in place. Now you can see there's a lot of play, and it's because they keep coming undone. So you need to get some plumber's tape or PTFE tape around those and help keep them secure. And it's a simple job just to screw them back up. However, each time I've gone out with it now, I've come back and I've had so much play in these, it's ridiculous. I would imagine if you left it untouched or untreated, then you're probably going to jump it and something is going to fall apart, or you're going to lose some parts. So I definitely have a look at that first. I'm going to be fitting a tower-to-tower brace on it, which I'm going to make myself. Just need to pick up the parts for it. I will be adding some mudguards at the back. I know RPM makes some, however, you just need some Lexan, so I'm going to make them myself. And I'm going to be replacing the front bumper, because this, whilst it looks nice with the body, it may as well not be there. It's going to provide absolutely no protection whatsoever. When this thing nosedives the floor, you know about it. So that will be changed as well. And then going forwards, I'll be replacing any arms and stuff with RPM stuff. But initial impressions, guys, it's an absolute amazing truck. If you're thinking of picking one up, I would highly recommend it. I've had a lot of fun with it so far. I cannot wait to get it on 6S. But for anybody that doesn't have the batteries for it or doesn't really want 6S, this truck is insane on 4S. It puts my Slash to shame, which I never thought I'd say. That truck is an absolutely amazing truck. But if you have an X Maxx and money's really tight and you don't know if it's worth picking one of these up, if you can comfortably afford one, pick one up. But don't break the bank or don't borrow any money to pick one up, because the X Maxx is just as amazing. That was it. The one last point, which I think will be a weak point on here, are the turnbuckles on the bottom. So the X Maxx doesn't have these. Again, I'm just referring to the X Maxx because I know what that truck's about. So I think one of the strengths on the X Maxx is when you land on a front wheel and the servo saver takes some of the impact, all the plastic bits will bend as well. This, of course, is a metal rod, which I think is going to be a weak point on these, and I can't see them lasting. And of course, once you've pushed one wheel in, you then shoot the thread on the rod ends and you have to replace them. This isn't me in any way knocking this truck, it's just things to be aware of, that's all. Finding places where I can take this easily, where there's big jumps and stuff, is difficult. I have a lot of open fields and forests and grassy lands near me, but just not anywhere really I can launch this too much. But bear with me, I'm working on finding somewhere. But as I say, guys, it's an amazing truck. It's brought a lot of smiles to my face. My fiance's actually had a go, and she doesn't usually feel too comfortable with the faster trucks, and she was ripping this round like she'd done it 100 times before. And I think that gives it credit to how easy it is to control. The transmitter itself is very simple, it's very comfortable in the hand. It's one of the rare ones I can actually reach the steering wheel with my thumb. I love it, guys. So again, I hope this will give you some insight. And if you did enjoy this video and you aren't subscribed, then please consider subscribing, hit the bell for notifications. And always, guys, big thanks for watching, and we'll see you on the next episode of Experience RC.